Hello again. Today we're going to try out this guy, or gal. So she is specialized with her rifle and grenades, and you can build her either way or kind of balanced. Have a couple levels with her. I like the grenade build. It can kind of feel a little weak, but let's see what I got over here. Not sure if this stacks with her normal effect, since this is her normal effect as well. I'd need clarification on that. I can't tell. I tried to look at it, but I can't tell either way. I'm gonna stick with the arrow, but try something different today. So this character class does have some extra movement speed talents, traits, which can be really powerful. So maybe we want to try something in that regard that scales off of some speed. So this Blood-Soaked Shirt plus Mask of Madness kind of counteract each other. Sort of works together, sort of doesn't work together. You can also do stuff like this. That. Try to kind of go for a ton of health. Yeah, I need to see how much damage the base is on. The grenades do a base of 80. Not hover very well. No, I'm not hovering this age. Go away. So there's a ring in here that you can run. That one there. Iron Ring gives 10 base damage. This is really good for certain effects that do really low damage. Some of the projectiles you can get for abilities do 30 or 40 damage. I think this affects burn damage, which does like 30 damage a second. So this pumps it up quite significantly. Base damage is affected by percentage bonuses. So the better base damage you have, the better your percentages are. And then criticals, of course, affect that final damage with their own percentage. So I'm debating on this could be interesting too. Another healing item. Or helmet. There's a helmet that's a healing item here too. This is a fun helmet. Fragile makes enemies weak to damage, I believe. There's fragile and there's affliction. I get them mixed up sometimes. One of them makes enemies weak to damage, the other one makes their damage weaker. But you can get stuff like this, which is deal 10 damage for every slow effect. So stacking that with the ring, you deal 20 damage for every slow effect, which can be really good. I believe ice causes slow. Some of the projectiles and abilities also cause slow. And affliction and things like that, so you can stack some different things there. I'm not sure what I want to build on this character. But on a hit with physical damage. So this, I think, previously said melee damage, but I think they've changed it. It says physical damage, which would affect this character's normal attack. 40% of the original damage in an area. This could be good with a rifle. 40% of the original damage in the area. So that could make the rifle an area effect weapon. Now let's try it. Do something different. There's a bunch of summoning rings. There's rats for more utility summon. There's these demonic summons, these imps, that they do more regular damage. There's the Necromancer's Clutch, which is skeletons. So imps are really short-lived. Skeletons are a little longer-lived. Force increases the duration of summons. And then I think multi-strike increases the amount of summons. Pretty sure that's how that works. I wonder if that affects. I have no idea. I wonder if the Echoing Band affects the Necromancer skeletons. I'm going to try out kind of this healing build where we're doing a little bit of healing from this to offset that. Been having some runs where I get a little too low on health from the Mask of Madness, especially if you get the upgraded Mask of Madness, which instead of taking 30 damage, it's like 10% of your maximum health, which can be very, very dangerous. I'm going to wear these. So if you're not at full health, you gain movement speed. If you are at full health, you gain attack speed. And if you stand still, you heal for 1% of your max health every 5 seconds. Okay. Now, I've been running these multi-strike gloves a lot. Kind of questioning if maybe I should be running something else. This is good for summons. Probably one of the best items for summons. So multi-strike, especially with the grenades. I am on the Sage. Why am I on the Sage? I don't want to be on the Sage. Let's fix that. There we go. I'll run both of these. They contradict each other, but I'll run both of them. I was gonna run pace setters. I was gonna talk about these gloves. So multi-strike will send off for the grenades. It'll send off like one extra grenade, and multi-strike in this game is not percentage chance. It is like it's not chance based, I guess is the best way to put that. It is cumulative. So if you have 1.5 multi-strike, you'll have an attack that does 1, and then an attack that does 2, and then it just kind of keeps going. So it just adds to the previous attack. You're just getting half of an attack somewhere tallied in the background. Take this off. We're gonna run Echoing Band. That's right. I was gonna try that. See if we can get some more. So the grenades are magical, but the rifle is physical. So we may want to go more rifle build this game, or this run. Bonus. The rifle does 400 base damage, so not very useful with the Iron Ring. The Iron Ring is going to be better with some of the smaller effects, like the Medusa helmet. Burn damage, or something like that. I think I'm going to stick with that crit ring. It's so good. Power-ups could be really fun, though. Let's, you know what? Do it. It's a weird build. I just do it. I'm going to try this level. So, fair warning, I may not win because I'm going to turn on Agony, and it's just going to scale until I die or win. I believe I've beaten Agony 5 with this character, doing a grenade build. So this is also, so picking our skill here. This is also a new skill, the Morning Star. It's unlocked from playing this class. It does a figure 8. So it swings a morning star above and around the top of you, and then below to the left and to the right. So it just kind of goes up and around, up and around, up and around. And there's an upgrade to it I've seen so far once in one of my runs, that it turns into kind of more of a butterfly, where it kind of sends off 2 above you and 2 below you, something like that. And then they're not perfectly in sync because of attack speed. So the morning stars that attack at the top will, depending on your attack speed, will not be fully done with their loop, while the ones on the bottom will start partway through the loop, because they're staggered, but they're not synced perfectly. Something like that. I don't know that it's very good though, but it maybe is good with my ring. It is physical damage. So could cause extra explosions. Yeah, I'll just show it off. Let's play it. This may not last for very long. If it's short enough, I'll just do 2 runs. There's some multi-strike happening there where I get 2 of them going off. Get some base crit. So this character has no base crit. Look at the multi-strike scaling. Oh, right. The Arquebus does not gain multi-strike at all. I don't think. It does something else. I think it gains damage from multi-strike, but it doesn't gain actual projectiles. But the UI says otherwise, so maybe I'm wrong. I didn't reread that today. So it can pierce up to 4 enemies in a line. Doing 600 damage already. Oh, that's average damage. We're doing 546. Got some crit chance here. Oh, that's where our base crit chance. Yeah, so this is a really good. I gave up my rings. This is really good just to get that base crit chance there. The gun has a crit bonus of 150. Grenades have a bonus of only 50%. Not very good. I think I'm going to go gun focused this round. Gun and physical. That heals us. That's from the Holy Ring. I've never used a Holy Ring, so I'm just giving it an experiment. That's good damage. Need to just do those a little faster, maybe. This level, you can get swarmed pretty easy. This is the newest level. And I've definitely had some issues picking up experience off the ground in this level. And I've definitely gotten cornered a few times. Little, I don't know, they almost look like little clay dudes. They spawn from multiple enemies, I think indefinitely, including the final boss of this area. And they do drop experience even from the spawns. So that's interesting, I guess. You could technically farm different things. Stance. We can get some main weapon crit from the archer mark. We can get some defense from their own, or movements from their own. Multi-strike is only useful for our abilities, so it's worth getting multi-strike on like the ability we took. But I am trying to build up a permanent damage, so if I can stay at full health, I can get permanent damage bonus, and then later on get yeah, let's see. If I can get the 50% on this, then I can swap it out later on and use something like this as a focus with that. Kind of automatically diminish my health. base force. I probably don't need that with the gun. It's already got 3. But none of those others are really great. So. I do use the auto attack, the auto aim features a lot, but I can just use my mouse and just aim if I want to without turning it off. Just click down and hold. And with this class, I would say that might be actually a better use, where a lot of other classes may have enough base attack speed. I don't think I've ever seen base attack speed, except for on this class. The auto aim rarely misses though, so it just aims at the nearest target, which can be pretty effective. Some movement speed. This level definitely gets hard without a little bit of movement speed. This character class definitely has some built-in movement speed options. Forward march or forced march is what it's called. Bosses or mini-bosses come in at pretty regular intervals as you move through the levels, and if you don't kill them quickly, you will eventually rack up 3 or 4 of them chasing you at once. There is some kind of maximum spawn limit going on that if I was running away real quickly through these corridors, enemies would respawn in a proximity towards me around like a circle. Some more morning stars. Every time I take damage, that spawns as a 30-second cooldown for when it can spawn. So as long as I'm not getting hit too often. Yeah, let's do more base attack speed here. Yeah, that's you can feel that, you can hear that. The different enemies do have different movement patterns. I was talking about that a little bit in the last video. And then since different abilities aim differently, like this Morningstar ability aims up and down. I'll walk through here. Go for some damage here. Since these go up and down, you want to kind of move right and left. That may be obvious, but it's just something that I think is really neat for the positioning of your character to matter. Base damage, what we could get. I'm going to save that for later. Some crit bonus. I think I'm critting for about 2,000, which is pretty good. I am occasionally losing health because of the Mask of Madness. Base damage or base attack speed? No idea. I've done the base damage build, so I'll try the attack speed. Not finding what I want. I might need to reroll. I was trying to turn on the ring there, walking through an enemy, but that did not work. Okay. Even get this ability here. Oh, geez. These Trident dudes just run really fast and go straight at you. Most enemies kind of circle you or box you in. They run straight at you. Transfixion. This is magical, but it is very good. It applies fragile. And I'm gonna take another one of these, and then I'll probably banish it the next time I see it. If you have your blessing maxed out, you're gonna get 80% pickup. Pickup seems pretty small by default, but with 80% pickup, it's pretty noticeable. I am going to check to see damage value. Blood-soaked shirt. Gotten 4% off of it. We want to find rifleman. There it is. These cube things are cute. Best way I can say that. Very different. So as I was saying, different things function differently, which is good design, giving options and positioning and different strategies and stuff. But take that now. Get that off the list. These cube things, they're like slimes, but when they die, they explode. Luckily, it's on a little bit of a delay, but if you kill a bunch of them, you can kind of get pinned real quick if they're right on top of you. Also, there's these little blue hands. That is the symbol for pickup. And if you get one of those, it's a power-up. Get one of those, it will grab all of the experience that's currently on the ground and bring it to you. I think a lot of levels have a default just spawn on the world, and same with these abilities. There's usually 2 built into the world when you spawn. I'm kind of running away from the enemies. Okay, I hit full health and my attack speed noticeably jumped. Going towards one of those hands, but I have missed it. I was paying more attention to this yellow dude. That's a pretty good buff. I'm going to save that one. Or is it that one? Take Dance 2. I'm going to keep going crit on the perfect stance. Transfixion spread. We'll get some more. I don't think you can really go wrong with Transfixion. It might be magical, but it is very good as a general ability. Took the other one, so I'm going to take that. There's another one, another new kind of mechanic to the game, where it summons orbs at a distance. Very interesting. Tells you where they're at, but sometimes they're hard to avoid unless you have decent movement speed. Which the Sage from that last video definitely has some pretty bad movement speed. This guy is just going to circle me, gonna run at me and circle me. Not super concerned with actually hitting me, unless I stand still, of course. Okay, a red box means that everything in the box is going to be special upgraded. I don't want either of these. I actually don't like the Scars of Toil upgrades. They're usually kind of bad in my opinion. So you lose 500 base health, but most characters only have about 500 base health. So if I put this on right now, probably drop to like 100 health out of 600 or something. Or not even 100 out of 600, 100 out of maybe 200 max. But since it's a red chest, I can re-roll this and potentially get some very strong upgrades here. So I'm going to take the multi-strike on that. I'm going to start working my way towards one of these special abilities. I believe you need abilities to be leveled up before you can find the upgrades to them. If you pick up the abilities too soon, I don't think you can roll the secondary abilities for them. I'm gonna stand still for a bit. Oh, or not. Save that. There are other power-ups you can get. One is like double movement speed. I think it also gives invulnerability and attack speed, something like that. Just got a bunch of healing power-ups there. Or pickups. And the other one is just like double damage or something. But I think they might actually be multiplicative to what you have on your character. That's pretty nice. I'm just going to play near this thing. I don't think I have Transfixion high enough level to matter. Oh, maybe I do. I'm starting to get bombarded by different bosses here. Okay, adds shots in the backwards direction or fires projectiles behind you. Those are kind of the same thing, but okay. Enemies hit by transfixion take 10% additional damage or apply slow. Let's do this. So again, positional. Wherever I'm facing, the other one is going behind me. Means it's going to be easier to stand still at some point. Maybe not for a long, but a little bit. Or focus down bosses. I need to focus down a boss. Okay, these guys are annoying. Well, not saying like they're bad design or anything, but just something to watch out for. Go another transfixion one. When they die, they explode, similar to the slimes in this world. But they also just regularly attack too. I think. Maybe they don't. Can't see for sure. I don't see any of them actually attacking. But maybe they only attack... Whoa. I don't think it's supposed to stretch that far across the screen. I don't think the boss was that close to us. Probably should have taken the Morning Star upgrade there. That was probably a mistake. And next level, maybe. That one. Not what I'm getting. Hey. Super lucky. I don't know, probably not. The more you take, the less there is in the pool. That is something I like to do. If you're looking at taking a 5 versus a 4, I typically take the 5. Like multi-strike or attack speed 5, metabolism 5, something like that. Because I'll wait for the other one. Go metabolism. That helped pull up. Push back here a little bit. We can kill this thing real quick. Yeah. A lot of slimes will create more slimes, like other games. But you can get real pinned in with them pretty quick. Let's see if we can get lucky. Really? Okay. These are physical. I don't want any of those. I know, I'm crazy. Wasted all my potions and then didn't take anything. But we'll see how it plays out. Here's a rolling boulder. He spits out little clay dudes. Oh my goodness, that is a fast slime. Ow. Magical, physical. I like this ability. I'll just take it. It's different. Base attack speed. Already take the precision stand? Apparently we did. Now we'll just take this. That's good. Holy cow, this thing's annoying. Go away. At least he died. So while I am playing around with some healing items this run, I'm also getting the advantage of when I do get low, I'm immediately stronger with that amulet. I usually use that amulet to just kind of hover around half health anyway, but there we go. I don't know what that does. I didn't read it. Let's maybe go look at this. That is not what I... Upgrade spike chain. Okay, I can't see. That is a disadvantage. I didn't read it, so I can't see it now. It's a hard decision to turn it down. So you are somehow limited on how many you can take. So if I took one of these right now, I may not be able to upgrade Morningstar or Transfixion or Astronomer's Orbs later. Don't know how many that is. It might be 8 or 9 total. So you can fill up this these slots with different abilities, but then you may not be able to upgrade them beyond like level 2 or even level 1. So I am going to take the experience, sadly. Okay. I'm healing somewhere over here. The movement speed for the Astronomer's Orbs makes them spin faster, which can be helpful. Okay. Thing is giving me 100% attack speed. Good power-ups there. So the Astronomer's Orbs also count as a summon, which is different, I guess. But yeah, so I can get some extra damage here, but at the cost of my own defense. But that is a summon upgrade, not a Astronomer's Orb upgrade. That counts for golems or spirit warriors or... Okay, so there's the speed one. That one's fun. Try to kill what we can while we're on this. I was going to banish this. Banish that one. So I believe the Morningstar gets damage from force, which is unique to it, as far as I'm aware. Seems like a lot of abilities have kind of special effects for some different stats. Force is usually pretty utility oriented. Causing piercing for your projectiles, or will do crit chance. That seems okay. I cannot get out of this mosh pit, and that boss does not want me alive. Okay, let's pick that up. Yeah, picking up those gloves, the experience that you get is just great. obviously it's experience I was missing this whole time, but it's sometimes hard to just pick it up, especially with how many enemies are just coming from all sides right now. I do believe Transfixion has a pretty high crit chance or crit rate. Let's see here. Base crit chance at 20%. We're already at 84%. You can overcrit, and an overcrit will do double your bonus. That. Okay, so this loses damage every time it hits, every time it pierces, so that's force affects that. So that it loses less damage on piercing. Which would be interesting. I've never really looked into that. I guess if you had enough force, you could probably push that above 100%, which means it would do more damage on the pierce. That's neat. A little counterintuitive, but neat. This is a really long video. I'm only 28 minutes into this run. I try to keep most of my videos under 30 minutes, but when the run itself is 30 minutes and you have to pause every time you're picking something, I can't just instantly read the text and click something. That's somewhat difficult. I am not a speedrunner. Yeah, that makes me really curious now about that transfixion stat. If there's enough force in the game that you can actually get that to go multiplier positive, if transfixion wasn't already good enough. It's one of my favorite abilities to start with. It's because it gives you some early multi-strike, any kind of extra hits kind of thing. Okay. The Astronomer's Orbs can be really fun with like multiple orbs. This is a base summon, if you will. It's level 5. Let's get rid of it. One of my favorite games of all time is Diablo 2. Diablo 1 is a special place in my heart as well. I like a lot of the Diablo 1 mechanics actually more than some of the Diablo 2 mechanics, but this game just it scratches that itch for me. It has that dark atmosphere, which I think is kind of its whole theme here. I think that's what it's going for. The low resolution of 3D monsters. Yeah, Diablo actually had 3D enemies. They were just turned into sprites. I think a lot of games actually do that for some different reasons. I believe Dead Cells has originally 3D everything, and then they just turn it into sprites, and then they tone the resolution down, and then I think they actually do handcrafted sprite work, pixel work, after they've made the animations blend, so that they can get. I believe I read this. I'd have to find the article, but so that way they can get a very good, clean blend between animations, so you can roll and you can attack, you can use different weapons, and so they use the 3D to kind of build the baseline and then kind of handcraft it after that. Best of both worlds. I I'd say I love Dead Cells, but I've played so many different versions of Dead Cells because I played it during early access. It's hard to say which version I loved the most. There were a lot of different versions. And if I say I hate Dead Cells, which I don't, but if I said that, then the question is, which version do I dislike? I couldn't tell you. I'm trying to do some more manual aiming here because there are so many enemies in that group there. There's some healing on the floor over there. I have not been doing good at pickups here. There are some items up here I should go get. A lot of experience. What do we got? I don't like that. That's just a basic upgrade there. Some of the green items are just basic upgrades. Some of the green items are super situational upgrades. So always good to know which one you're looking at. I honestly don't know how much I like that because it ends up being a lot of different versions of the same item, which can kind of feel counterintuitive maybe. There are so many different versions of the same item. Okay, there's another chest over here. Going. Oh, I got hit. %30 base crit. That could be really good. Let's see here. What's the difference between these? Okay, 30% force when full health. Still focusing on full health, but no bonus to the healing. I think I'm just gonna go for the crit. I don't think we need the healing as much anymore. Actually, let's check this out. Damage. Anything. So inspecting this will show you the breakdown. So we've got Blood Soaked Shirt is supposed to give me damage. Where is it? Where is it? I don't know what happened there. Let's see. If I do this, if I put that back on, the original. Interesting. So the new item doesn't have the stacks. I don't know if that's... I think that's kind of bad design since everything else seems to keep the stacks on your character. So it's just counterintuitive, maybe. I definitely didn't expect that. It feels bad to upgrade an item and just not have any of your stacks. It has a higher chance of giving you stacks, but... I'm actually curious. I want to see the breakdown here. Echoing Band has done 5 million damage. This has done some good damage. You can see it's actually done more damage than Transfixion. When you kill these green slimes, they explode into an orb in the direction that I think they're facing or moving. Probably the same thing, actually, but otherwise you're just dealing with contact damage. I'm at 36% multi-strike from that. Let's see if I can actually... I still don't have any bonuses from this. Am I just not staying perfectly at full health? Surely I'm making a ton of kills here. Okay, let's get some power levels. I picked up a glove. I'm going to get rid of that. I think that'll banish all of those variants. A lot of level up, so I'm just trying to go faster. When it comes to projectiles, area increases the cone. Actually, it's not just projectiles. So if you're using a melee weapon, melee is attack in cone as well. To avoid all this. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, now we got slow on hit. So while it says it fires behind you, transfixion, when you get 3 of them, will actually fire kind of in a circle around you. Thirds, basically. I'm getting pinned, I'm getting pinned. Let me get out of here. Oh boy. It is hard to get through those orbs. I've already gotten the achievement for getting a level 100 on this character, but getting the level 100 on any character gives you an achievement. And achievements in this game unlock stuff, so always good to get the level 50 and level 100 on every class. Butterfly swing, here we go. Let's go ring blades. I want more physical. I don't want to transform my orbs into magical. Okay, the game is telling me that there is some healing up here. If we can... I can barely see here. Getting hard. I find this level to be quite difficult compared to the other levels. Let's see. Have we gotten any damage on this? I want to say that this is... Oh, I'm missing the entire point of this. I'm getting regen from this. I don't want regen. I misread that entirely. Don't want electrified orbs. I want to keep them... They're physical. I'm pretty sure they're physical. Metal orbs. That has to be physical. It's multi-strike. Let's go more force. I'm definitely getting more and more enemies here, and I am probably not hitting through the wall of enemies as much. If you can see very subtly, all those little flails going out of me is pretty fun. They still go in kind of a vertical. They go a little wider in that vertical. Getting better at dodging that circle of orbs there that they have. There we go. Pick up healing, immediately take damage. Inner orbit, yeah. Okay, now I've got two things of orbs. So if anything gets close to me, it takes a good deal of damage. They recently changed how these orbs work too, so that they can hit more often as they spin. So the faster they spin, which is based on movement speed, I think the faster they do damage as well. More damage, more movement speed on the orbs. I can't get out of here. I mean, I'm not low health or anything, but 100% damage. I haven't found many items in this area. Sometimes I feel like you find a ton of items, and sometimes you find like none. Okay, I got this movement speed boost right now, and I am completely invulnerable while I have it. Over here, well, these, for whatever reason, are always together. Two separate effects, but always together. Ooh, a red treasure. What do I got? Okay. Very scary. This one... kind of want to take it, but I'm also scared to take it. We'll just do it. Why not? I do like that some of the most powerful things in here are very risk-oriented. Like the amulet gives damage for missing health. Mask gives damage for just ticking on you. I don't know if I can see. I don't... If, So instead of 30 seconds, it's 18 seconds. Really? Plus... I really get that much out of this thing? Dang. I'm gonna go see this. Wish there was a breakdown on this hover. I'm getting hiccups. Why? See here. Mask of Madness, 53% damage. So yeah, apparently I have 91 bonuses from this. Here we go. So something to be cautious about is that Mask of Madness will continue ticking when you're fighting the lords, the final bosses. You can kind of get into very dangerous scenarios with your health, if you're already low, that is, especially. Like, I've got some good regen, this character's doing pretty fine. This is max difficulty. I hit Agony 5 over here, you can see. So, while I say this area is more difficult, I'm still very much likely to beat it. I've got 2 lives I never used. I have to have too much fancy footwork. I can get vertical to him safely. Do the most damage like this. Okay. Oh, took some damage. Got that extra attack speed on my boots. Oh, I spoke maybe too soon. I just took a ton of damage there. I mean, I'll probably only still take 1 life, if anything. I'm invulnerable. Eat it. Okay, I'm no longer invulnerable. Let's play a little more cautiously here. Yeah, follow me down this vertical hallway thing. And he's dead. I took a ton of damage there, but Scars of Toil instantly gives me that bonus damage. Yeah, so Mask of Madness did work there. This Echoing Band did work there too. 11 million from a ring. Grenades didn't even hit 11 million. Okay, so I did 5 million damage with Morningstar, so I unlocked a new trait, so the 3rd trait for Morningstar will be available in the next run. That was a long video, and just say that was a fun run. I finally made the Morningstar actually work. There we go, Morningstar Mastery. Okay, so that's a trait, not an upgrade. So this is just something you select on level up. And deal 2 million damage with items. Okay, well, I did that, but I didn't have this unlocked at the time. And then hit 40 enemies with Morningstar for 100 times. I'm not entirely sure what that's trying to say. 40 enemies with a single Morningstar? That's a lot of enemies with a single Morningstar. But maybe multi-strike affects that? I don't know. Anyway, long video. I'm going to cut it short. Or I'm going to cut it off. It's definitely not short. So, see you in the next video.